I'll give you this. Sorry?
Are we telling people what our Black Friday stuff is going to be?
Ooh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, if somebody asks, just ping here at or Isaac.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, okay. We'll try this. You want to just give me a quick check on your mic?
Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3.
Just tap on the mic here. And then stop for a second. Yeah, okay, I think it should. Yeah, okay, I think that should be good. All right, how are we feeling?
Good?
Good?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, we're live on Insta and YouTube, I believe. So,
Okay.
do you want to just quickly ask if everyone can hear you okay? Just make sure that the audio is all good.
Hey everyone, can you hear me okay? Is the volume all good? Yeah, we're just going to be doing a live workout and a live breakdown of the Pandemonium squat and the Legacy leg extension. Kayvon, founder of Bells of Steel. So yeah, drop your comments in, whether it's about these two or about something else, and I'll do my best to answer everything. And yeah, you can follow along as I have a little workout. So today is leg day. It's been a lot of leg days lately because we've been working on the Pandemonium squat and the Legacy for a while now. And so part of my role as doing product development and as CEO of a company is making sure I love the products and that you guys are gonna love them too. So I've been having a lot of leg days. But yeah, and yeah, I'll have Jim with me helping to field the questions. And Jim, I'm gonna be working out on both of them. Can you see me on both of them if I go
We're
on?
gonna just, are you gonna go back and forth?
No, I could just start on one.
Yeah, if you can start on one, that would
Okay. All right, I'm going to run and pop some plates on here for the counterbalance. It's a nice feature that we have is the counterbalance arm. And the amount of weight you need on it is 127.5 pounds if you want it completely leveled out. But yeah, let me get that on. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna throw these two on.
You want this on the...
Yeah, you can put it on the back. So why I like using the counterbalance arm. Actually, I'll take that off. I'll just do a little warm-up set. Okay. So why I like using it is, like I said, it is 127.5 pounds with just the backrest and the arm itself. And if you've never done a pendulum before, they're super hard. So for a lot of people, 127.5 pounds might be towards your max capacity. And if you want to warm up with something lighter. So yeah, I'm just gonna warm up. This might be a little bit too light, but it is early and it is cold. So gotta get those old creaky joints warmed up. Now, some people have asked, why didn't we go wider with the foot plate? I think for a few reasons, but primarily pendulums are traditionally a little narrower, more quad dominant, and then secondary is that just the space and the cost. We're always designing home gym first, so that's why. But maybe if it's a huge hit, who knows? We'll do a wider stance one.
So we had one question asking, can we slide a bench under for chest presses?
So we didn't advertise that, and I'll kind of show you why, but I do that. I have done that in my training. And the reason that we don't advertise it very much is that it's not the kind of safest thing in the world. So I gotta get the spotter arm. And then I can get it set up for you and you can see what it looks like. I'll go get the bench. Oh, and the spotter arm. Yeah, or the one that comes with it. Should be in the gym. Gym. Okay. Cramped here. Oh, you got her. So what you do is you take the spotter arm, and now I'm also going to adjust this quickly, but not as safely as you're supposed to be doing, but I just want to show you how it works. Okay. Oh, and I got to take those counterbalance plates off. Okay. All right. That's a little bit too low. Pop it up. I'd say that's probably another thing too, is if this might be about as low as you can get it, which is fairly low. But then you also have kind of the cross member blocking your way to put it up higher. Yeah, this is actually probably too low. So, but I'll give you a demo anyways. Might have to put this on a bit of a decline. Do a bit of decline bench. Okay. Yeah, so this is why I haven't advertised it. So it's a little dangerous getting in. So you got this kind of poking out and you can bang your head on there. And then the other kind of dangerous part is, whacking your face on there. But if you have your spotter arm, whatever. But yeah, you can do bench on there. I'm gonna get out safely.
You're also able to angle
So, possible, but not the most plausible.
Yeah. I think it works with like, you can do it with the flat, we can do it with the flat too. It's just like getting your head in there.
Yeah, I've done it with a flat before too. Yeah, it's kind of like getting the spotter arm in the right position, and this is in the right position. So, but yeah, you can technically. Okay. All right. And get this pop back into position. So another feature I like that we built in is we actually made the racking, like the height of the upright here, higher, and you can actually put these pegs higher, because you'll see on some other pendulums, some tall people will get in and they won't be able to use it because it can't, or they'll have to like sink in and have to kind of start in a crouch position. So it's nice to be able to start higher. I'll just tuck that. And put this pad back on. So another thing we did with the pad too is made it contoured so you can kind of get it on and off easier. Whereas before it was a little bit too tight, it was kind of straight up and down. So that's a nice touch for easily putting it back and forth. So I thought the pendulum would be a really good idea because there's not much residential ones available. Any of you out there like used the pendulum before? Are you into pendulum squats? I'm hoping it's going to be like the next belt squat. Like remember when we came out with a belt squat, you couldn't really get like home gym belt squats, and most of them out there were like, you know, in the thousands of dollars. And so when we came out with ours, and belt squats were kind of trending at that time too, it really blew up. So yeah, let me know if we're onto something.
Someone was also asking if you're able to load it on just one side in case you wanted to put it against a wall.
Like without a counterbalance arm?
I think it's either that or it's with just like if they're having it like flat against the wall. So if it was just, if we push this all the way against the wall right now, if you can just load it on the one side so that you're just like.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Could you load it on the one side? Let's try it. See what happens. One thing though, so you could take. So if, yeah. Yeah, let's try it. You want to see what happens? I'll see how it feels. I think for safety-wise, that kind of continuous twisting over time might degrade, might put more pressure on your bolts and stuff. Let me try it though, see what happens. Yeah, feels pretty good. I don't think there's much of an imbalance. Maybe over time you'd get one giant left quad and your right one would shrink. Yeah, I think you could. If you really wanted to save on some space, yeah. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, just kind of, I don't know if I'd go super duper heavy doing that. Like if you are a competitive lifter or something and you're going to be using, maxing this out, I don't love that idea, but on the lighter end of things. Yeah. Use your discretion. Make sure to check for, bolts coming unloose, looking for any material damages over time.
And then another question was, does the 450-pound capacity for it include the counterbalance? Is it 450 just for one side, or is it 450 both sides?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you wouldn't, just to clarify, you wouldn't put, I don't think you'd ever put 450 on both sides, but I don't think that's the question. But yeah, I've had that on both sides. We've done static tests on both sides with that amount. And yeah. I've never seen anyone squat more than like 3 plates on this though. I have done the lat pull down that you can do. Is you do need a lot of weight because the leverage is so long. So like, I don't think you should be going and trying to do, your max lat pull down on here. It's more like a high rep thing and just a secondary feature. But yeah. One thing, and we're like max weight capacity is like, it's kind of like, we go more conservative because it's kind of like tricky to define. It's like, is that the, like the, I don't know how to put this. But yes, you can put that much weight on the back, you put that much weight, 450 on the front. Yeah.
And we're shipping in April?
Yeah, we do go pretty conservative on our timelines. I learned hard lessons over the years that if you overpromise and underdeliver, it is worse than being more conservative on that delivery date and then beating it. Having said that, I'm hoping it's sooner. Like, it's in production now, but it can take a few months to arrive and things like that. So I think that's a pretty conservative date, but yeah, technically that's the date. All right. Let's see if I can feel much of a difference doing it this way.
Oh, Jared, Freedom Gym was wondering, when you were doing it one-sided, did you feel like there was more pressure on just your left shoulder, or?
I was trying to pay attention to it, but I don't think I did. But I'll try it again now and pay attention, see if I can tell much of a difference. Yeah, it's a little smoother, it's a little nicer. Like that's another thing. If you start loading heavy, like just on one side, you might get some twisting. I mean, it's pretty solid, strong material, but yeah, you could get a bit of that twisting. But yeah, I do think it feels better like this. Again, like what are you, like how much do you think you'd be squatting on here regularly? Like,
well, I'm also wondering if it would actually be way smoother if we were to load it on the other side of the side that we did, because like the lever arm, that one, if we load it on the one that's closest to the camera right now, it's going to cause more twisting. But then if you load it only on the side, it would be like the actual
yeah,
then it would be much less.
yeah, less twisting.
So then, like, you just have to put the side where you're coming in against the wall. Essentially, that would be the issue.
But I think it might be. Oh man, I think you might be able to mirror the assembly, or can you? I've never tested the mirroring. Like on our new leg extension, you can assemble it mirrored. You can assemble it with a stack on one side or a stack on the other side. But on this one, can you mirror it? It would be the arm. Everything else should be fine. Like everything else is almost identical. So you basically, if you flipped, you might be able to flip the arm upside down. Maybe. But yeah, if you were coming in, if you had it facing the wall, how it is now, and loading on that side, then yeah, you kind of have to, yeah, I guess that would work. Just walk around it. Yeah, let me try right now. Let's do that. Okay. Put that on there. Put that on there. Okay, so if this was facing the wall, then yeah, I guess you just walk behind it. Oh, then no,
You could walk through the.
just through here. Yeah, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, it feels pretty balanced, I'd say. Hi. Okay. Throw the plates on that side.
And then we're getting a few questions about the legacy. We'll probably move on to the legacy
Sure.
in like 10 minutes. How
About 10 minutes?
however you
Or
feel.
how's the YouTube?
Yeah, it looks like.
Or like any more pendulum?
Yeah, YouTube
On,
is going good right
Hey,
now.
how's it going? Good, good.
YouTube is good right now. We got good people online in the Instagram.
Oh, but like we got no questions. Oh, you've been hitting questions from both?
We're getting questions, but we're just gonna go. Well, I'm just letting them know we're gonna go over that.
Oh, we could also pivot back and
Yeah,
forth.
we can for sure.
Yeah. If there's no more pendulums, I can do this.
Yep. I can move this over here.
Yeah.
This is the new legacy.
Yeah. Oh, do you have any, or do you have a question I could like?
Yeah, they were asking about what like the range of motion between the two, the difference between the plate loaded and the weight stack one.
Oh, range of motion. Okay.
Because they're
So
saying you said the legacy was the best that you've ever done, so they were wondering.
yeah. Let me show you. We got the stack one is behind there, but let me show you. I think I can explain it with this as well. So, let me give you an example here. Okay, so picture this as it's the same whether it's plate loaded or a stack. But the stack or the plate loaded, you're limited by your range of motion by what you can get into the machine, right? So if I wanted to get, full range of motion, I'd have to, let me put a plate on. Let me get a color real quick. All right. So say I want a full leg extension and I want like to there, like as physically far back as I can get. Okay, well how am I gonna get into the machine, right? I can't physically get into the machine by doing that. Now on a plate loaded one, you at least have like a little more wiggle because you can kind of, that on normal plate loaded, not the legacy, you can kind of, there's that dead zone so you can kind of push it out. Like this is without the toggle, right? So there's a bit of actually no, it is with the toggle. Hang on a second. All right. So this is what a regular plate loaded machine would look like. And if I want to set it as far back as possible, I do that. And then I have to kind of try and get in. Now I can do this with one plate, with 3 plates, 4 plates. Closer to my max, this isn't going to be as possible. And it's the same principle on a stack, right? So you can only get the range of motion that you can physically fit into the machine. So with the legacy, you can set wherever you want. Okay. And then I'm gonna set the toggle, so I'm gonna extend it out. I'm gonna put it on the furthest hole on the toggle. And now I'm gonna put that as far back as I want. The only thing limiting your range of motion is gonna be your feet physically hitting the machine. And I don't actually have to, let me clarify. I don't actually even have to set it that far back. I can set it in a more comfortable position because the weight is preloaded at the front. So when I release the toggle, it's going to force me back anyway. So I don't actually have to set it that far back. So I'll push on it a little bit. Now you can see, now my legs are being forced all the way back, and I have full resistance all the way back from here, right? So that's what separates it from a stack or a regular plate loaded, is being able to front load that and unlock it with the toggle. Actually, Jim, can you come in close and I can just demo it?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you can see here, I'm in position, and then just come over here and show this off. So there's this little pin here, this toggle, this is what I keep calling the toggle. This is just a solid rod, steel rod, and it's holding that weight out, right? And so when I put a little bit of pressure on it, then I can unlock it. And now all that weight is pushing back onto me, right? And so, actually, let me get out of it. You can see, if I actually physically get out of it, you can't really, right? This is the safety part of the toggle. So if I wanted that range of motion, I'd have to set this pad all the way back here and try and somehow figure out how to get in there, which with anything more than a plate is going to be pretty prickly to do. So yeah, that's why it's, even though I really like the stack machine that we built, you couldn't, that's not possible to do with a stack. Like you couldn't pre-set it with a stack. It's not physically possible. And so and some people have asked, like, why won't it attach to your cable tower or whatever? And actually, I did have that as part of it, which I could roll out again, but it was basically a pulley we had here that could connect to the cable tower and put onto it. But it was just kind of defeated the purpose of the product, and it felt terrible. So maybe we'll try and figure it out again later. Yeah, just didn't work very well. It made it worse. It's kind of like the shoulder boulder. People kept asking, "Oh, can I connect here to the cable tower?" And you know, I did a model like that. Had my welder do a custom model, and I hooked the cables on. I was like, "This is worse than a cable belt raise, and it's worse than the shoulder boulder belt raise." So like, if you have a cable tower, use your cables. Connecting the shoulder boulder just didn't feel good. So similar story here.
Someone was asking what the metal we use is for the shin pipe because they were concerned about whether or not it would be bowed outward after using it for a long time.
This one?
Yeah.
Like the steel thickness on it?
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Oh, so we're using steel for that too. Hey?
Oh,
it's all steel.
Yeah, here. It's like a 1 inch thick diameter steel rod. So yeah, the bowing, definitely something that can happen on these types of machines. We've done some pretty extensive testing. Like, I loaded it up with 7 plates or something overnight, put it on resting on a plyo box and left it, and didn't really see any deformation. Certainly possible to happen over time. I will say though that we are very good about stocking and replacing parts, so we could send a replacement part if that ever does seriously start to happen. But yeah, I think you could expect some deformation over time. It's kind of like the nature of anything going out, no matter how solid you make it, but not much. Like, you're not going to be, it's not going to be like this. That's not going to happen. Yeah. So throw that back on. Get a sip of my Gatorade. Yeah, this is, I was kind of mentioning in my video, but I have these grandiose ideas. I think it's awesome, but it's basically an extender rod that comes out and brings the pad over here, so you could do like adductor, abductor work, and like kind of like those multi-hit machines. Didn't work the best, but I thought it worked decent enough. But everybody didn't have a lot of enthusiasm here at HQ, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep pursuing it. But yeah, it's leaving that port open, having this port, having the 60 by 60 tubing with 5/8 inch holes, just leaves it open for more options in the future. But yeah, let me get in, put a bit of weight on this, do a heavy set. And, oh, yeah. Okay. That. And I'll throw in 35. All right.
Someone was just asking if we have both of these in the Toronto showroom, which I believe we don't yet, right?
Not yet. Yeah, I've been having some showroom questions. We have Calgary showroom, Toronto showroom, Indianapolis, and we're just opening Melbourne now as well. And that, no, we don't have them yet. We do all the engineering here in Calgary. And then when we get like the final one for sign off to start production, then we get one of those early production runs sent to each of our showrooms. Try and get it early for people to be able to see and test it. But yeah, these are just in Calgary right now. Yeah. Grab a drink.
Yeah, someone was just asking for the maximum, like, see the setup for the maximum stretch, maximum tension. I think we already have it set up for that. So.
The setup for maximum stretch?
Yeah. That's already it.
Yeah. So there's a few, like I said, the thing that actually limits you from the even like, I don't know, getting like into a yoga position is the actual structure of the legacy itself. So there's, even if you did like a maximum stretch, it wouldn't be more than just kind of what I demoed, because you can't physically get past that because your feet start getting in. But maybe if you had smaller feet or something, here, let me do a heavy demo. Yeah, you can see my heel is kind of starting to pop into the back here. That's like, yeah, so you could adjust it to go even deeper, but you can't physically get deeper because this is in the way.
But that's like already super deep.
Yeah, maybe somebody wants to get to like, I don't know. But yeah, that was the tricky part about developing is like people have already kind of finagled ways to like get around that dead resistance at the front. There's like a band, or like people use a 35-pound plate to like offset it. So that was just one part of the story. The second part of the story is that people wanted this deep stretch that, again, is like not physically possible. So we engineered a way around it, and yeah, this is our first patent. So it's patent pending right now, and I honestly think it's one of the most interesting innovations that has like come out in recent years, whether it's my company or others. Just that being able to preload. It's become like a really popular thing with leg extensions too. Like, there's this. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but there's this accessory called the Hoosla pad that you can kind of put on to leg extension machines, and gives you, it's like a soft pad, and you can jam yourself in and get even further stretch. But this, of course, takes it like an even further step. Like, you cannot physically get that deep of a stretch on anything else. Why do you want that deep stretch? Well, so there's some arguments for it. There's some strong arguments for it. There's been coaches in the industry saying that like has better quad activation and hits like your VTO better, and does things that a regular leg extension can't. People have been kind of trying to figure out these hacks and whatnot to be able to get that super deep stretch. Where that deep stretch maybe isn't so ideal is like if you're an absolute beginner, just learning how to do leg extensions, or if you if you're, I don't want to speak into like rehab or physio too much, but there's some parameters there. But yeah, I was talking to my wife too, who's a physio, and yeah, it's something I think in that industry as well that they're starting to explore with, like those very deep stretch, very full range of motion exercises for rehab. Don't want to speak for her, but in my research, seems to be up and coming, or here.
So Hapaskim was saying, after watching your YouTube video on this product, it's great. There is some hate because of the stereotypes around plate-loaded leg extensions and curls, but he was wondering, is there some sort of learning curve to use it, to learning how to use it?
Yeah, so I like the hate that I was pretty surprised by it, because I worked a very long time on this product and I've been using it for months myself, and I thought we did a really good job on the product page communicating what it does and why. And all that hate, honestly, it helps me be better. So immediately after we had all that feedback, I was like, I don't think we're clearly communicating on the product page why this is so special, why it's at that price point. And that, that lands on us, that lands on me, and our team to do a better job of communicating that. But yeah, I was really surprised. I signed off on that product page, signed off on the pricing. I knew it was more expensive than some of the stuff out there. And I was like, and a lot of the hate I've been seeing has been like, what you're saying is not true to what I've explained on the product page, but it doesn't matter because clearly I haven't explained it well enough or fast enough or clearly enough. Wait, what was the second part of the question?
They were wondering if there's like a learning curve as to how to use the actual machine itself.
So it's very short. The only learning curve is maybe come in real quick. Oh no, don't worry about it. We got lots of room. It's like takes you a second. Also, don't put your finger here like I'm doing, but it's just like you have to put a little bit of pressure on to unhook it, and then let it go, and then getting back in is easier, I say, than unhooking it. But yeah, most people pick it up in one set. The learning curve, though, more comes in like the settings of where you want things placed. So there's so many, like you can dial it in exactly how you want, and it's got the laser cut numbers so you can remember. But like, there's 32 positions here, and 16 here, and then you've got the seat adjustments, and the backrest adjustments. So it's getting the adjustments just how you want it for each different exercise too. Like I'd say prone hamstring curls is one of the trickiest ones because you're just doing that, and if you have to get it just right, otherwise the arm starts hitting into this. So that's like a bit of a learning curve. And then also just remembering, this is actually when I first started using it, remembering which way is quads and which way is hamstrings, which way is leg extensions, which way is seated hamstrings, and which way is prone hamstring curls. And we do have a little guide sticker that'll come with it that actually helped me a lot to just keep, I know it's simple, but even remember, but yeah, for quads, it's just down here, and then for seated hamstrings, it's up here. And then for lying hamstrings, somewhere around there.
We have like laser numbers, so that's a little bit easier.
Yeah, remember your positioning, exactly. Yeah.
Like the amount of tension that you have to do to just get the.
Yeah, sure.
Just show like your legs.
Yeah. So this is it's similar to whatever. There's 3 plates on here. But yeah, about right there. And you also have to wait a little bit. So if you like put tension on if you are just like putting a bunch of tension on and then you're trying to get it out, like that's not ideal. So it's a little bit of tension, pop it out, bring it back in. Little finesse, yeah. But yeah, then some people were asking about this like rod. Why does the rod not have like a proper handle on it? Why isn't it thicker? And it's mostly for like the weight and balance. I want to keep it as light as possible because that makes taking it in and out as easy as possible. Whereas if I had a big heavy handle on it, that would make it worse. It's kind of like this, yeah, a little bit of balance and whatnot in it. Yeah. Now, one thing when you gas out on this, there is a little stopper that you can use, like an emergency stopper, but it is, even when you're like absolutely dead, it is pretty easy to get back into place if you're using the toggle. Another thing that maybe I didn't highlight as well in the product page is like, you don't have to use this either. Like if you want to use it as a regular leg extension, it works that way too. Yeah.
Do we want to try it in a different configuration?
Yeah, sure. Let me throw the bicep curls in.
Yeah.
Let me take the plates off. Okay. Oh, one safety call I'll mention. So you see how we took those plates off on those regular platelet leg extensions, especially in the hamstring position. But if you unload your plates, you have to be careful because it whips around. But with this, you can put that toggle in and prevent it from knocking you in the face. Okay, so bicep curls. Swap that out. So the preacher attachment just comes with this, and the lead chain doesn't come with the cable attachment, just because there's so many out there that you could use. We didn't want to just default bundle it in. All right. Okay. And then there is storage on the side here, so you can actually use the storage for 2 attachments. If you just don't put them, if you put it all the way through, you can't use it for 2, but if you have the space, you can put both in at the same time if you want to. Because I actually don't use the leg holder for leg extension, I only use it for hamstring curls. Right. Pop that in. So, with the bicep curls, okay, so the toggle is best for leg extension. It's like world class. You can use it for bicep curls. You can use it for hamstring curls, prone hamstring curls. I say it helps in the hamstring stuff, but not nearly as prominently as when you're doing leg extensions. So why don't I demo it? Okay. So yeah, you could, and with this one, it is plate loaded, so you're anchoring the weight, so you can set the resistance so it is starting at the bottom of the curl. Does that make sense? But yeah, I've got my cable attachment on here, so that's holding this in place while I load plates. But it would probably be a better idea if I actually did this, because if you put the toggle in while you're loading the plates, then all the pressure's not on here, and you don't have to worry about that torque on there or it like slipping off and potentially you know, damaging something. So let me throw on a 15. Oh, you got some there? Okay.
What you want? Like we have a 25 here.
Yeah, let me throw some 20s on. Tore my bicep a few years ago, and I don't go as hard on biceps these days, and my biceps are big enough already. So, go there. Now it is, oh yeah, I put it in the demo video, something I forgot to do now, but there is a certain angle that you ideally should put this on so it doesn't whack you in the shins when you're doing it. And I don't think I've done that angle, so I'll put the toggle back in. I'll adjust it a bit out. And yeah, let's give that a try. Okay, oop, I gotta adjust the seat. Hang on a second here. Okay. So there is it's a bit tight getting in and out, but one of the sacrifices. And I can put a bit of tension on there, kick it off. Now I'm feeling like this curve isn't quite right.
Yeah.
Kick it out. Try it there. Okay, I'm gonna kick this. I got her. All right. There we go. This out. All right. There we go. That's more resistance at the bottom. I like that.
Yeah, someone was wondering if you can lay down and do skull crushers on that, and that's something that I tried and I really liked it.
Yeah, can you actually demo that? Because I never, to be honest, I never figured out how to do them well on here, which is probably why I didn't put it in the video. Oops. Here. I got the toggle in, hang on. There you go. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll check out the comments. Shelby. Right back. Oh, I missed it. Oh, there it is. There's a delay there. Okay. Here, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Okay.
Someone was asking of the machines, so basically of the pendulum, the Legacy, and the All-in-One 2.0, which was the hardest to perfect?
Pendulum was the easiest. We worked with a really good designer on that, and refined it here. It took a while though, just because a lot of moving parts and like, I don't know, as I've gotten older, I've just gotten a little more particular about things. But yeah, that one was the easiest. It was a good design to start with. This one was hard because that toggle, it took forever to figure out, and then I had like a hard time communicating like with my team and our factories, like this is how it needs to work, this is how you do it. And there's like a lot of back and forth being like, no, that's not the best way to do it. I'm like, yes, trust me, it's just, that's how we got to do it. So it's kind of a weird one. And then the other thing, what else did we get caught up on here with? Oh, you know what caused a lot of headaches was the toggle handle itself. Getting it, it's almost like one of those puzzles you can do as a kid. Like, how do you get this, like, take the, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, take the ring off of the pole but there's like balls blocking the pole. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, so the toggle, you have to be able to insert it. It has to be separated when you insert it so it can actually fit in, and then screwed together kind of in there. We're pre-assembling it that way, but we needed to be able to separate in case it ever needed to be replaced. And then actually just like the material used, I know it just looks like a metal rod, but getting the rod material right and the connection like right, because some of the earlier ones, the like screw wasn't good enough and it was bending and things like that. So that actually held it up quite a bit. And then the pad too. The pad, last minute we changed the pad to be this extra thick. Yeah, this is another thing, like this extra thick padding we've been using. Yeah, originally it was like quite a bit thinner. Is this the right one? I think so. Originally it was like quite a bit thinner and denser, and then we doubled the thickness of it. And just found it gave like a much better stretch and much better comfort. And then the on one.
Yep.
Should we go over there? Any questions?
Yes. Yeah. So this, because I think that should be the.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Have you been helped? Or are you just waiting for your order? Let me get somebody for you. Hang on 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah. So like we do have an option where if you want us to come build it for you, it's $450. Okay.
Any chance you could jump on the floor real quick? Just got customers been waiting for a while. You just need, what, do you know? Yeah. Okay. Cool, I'll help you out. Okay. Yeah, so anything with cables is like a nightmare to deal with. Like, there's so many moving parts. The cables themselves, like the tensioning and the friction and the durability, and then like with cables and pulleys. Like, I remember one bug that I worked out on this one was if you did a seated row, it was fine, but if you did a seated row with like 200 or more pounds, the tension was so much in the cables that it would squeeze the cables together and push the pulleys together, and the pulleys would start grinding on each other. So then we had to like reposition it. So just like there's tons of stuff like that. So, and then the all-one 2.0, like it's not even really a 2.0, it's like a 1.2. The majority of rework on it was done to prevent mostly shipping issues. So for example, on our old one, the pulleys were welded on an angle, and so when we would ship them, a lot of the time they would get smashed in the truck, and then the pulley would bend, or the pulley housing would bend. And now they're flush, and there's a lot less risk of that happening. And then same with like the cable routing, and yeah, the majority of work done on it was to prevent shipping damage and like less assembly problems and things like that. The only real feature increase is like getting a few laser cut numbers on, as well as the built-in foot plate. And the built-in foot plate is a nice feature, but we do have a foot plate option coming out for the old ones and for our cable towers that I think is as good or better. Yeah, what else? So mostly structural changes.
People are curious about the weight stack one as well.
Yeah, sure.
There's not too many questions about the, oh, sorry, actually, yeah, there is. The 3x3, they're asking, we still have the 3x3 coming?
All in one?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we want to go all the way over there, or is it going to mess up your setup?
I mean, we can
Okay.
squeeze over there if we
Okay.
want to do that.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, I can bring this.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thanks, Cole. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff over here. Yeah, 3x3 all-in-one is the closest it's ever been. So again, going back to like cables and pulleys and all that, and then this one has the additional problem of putting a shroud on it. And so what's happening right now is that when you're doing movements like explosively, or even just like lighter weights and you're kind of doing it fast, the pulleys, and it does it on the regular all-in-one trainer, but there's no shroud on those. So the pulleys are jangling around and they're hitting into the side of the shroud, and it's making it not good, not an ideal lifting experience. But other than that, it's almost, I think it's pretty much completely dialed in. But yeah, that shroud, figuring out the shroud on the pulley, and that's about it. So it's very, 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 very close. Yeah, we did the 3x3, of course, on it, and then we did the keyhole design. So you can put Hydra or Manticore attachments onto it. Very similar to our regular all-in-one trainers. Has the foot plate, has the, what else is different from it? Yeah, I guess the shroud is like the biggest thing, the shroud and 3x3. It's a bit taller too, but I imagine eventually we'll offer shorter options. Kind of what we usually do is like validate a product and then come up with different options.
We had a question about the all-in-one from earlier.
Sure.
Oh no, actually, yeah, it was based on the 3x3.
Oh,
And then,
okay.
yeah. And then, yeah, do we have the specifications for the height right now?
On this one? Let me grab a tape measure. Oh, you got one on your desk? Thanks. I think it's about 91. Let me double check.
Yeah, Jared also asked for the height, so.
We're looking like, yeah, 191 edge to edge. Oh, it'd be the stack in the back. Let me check here. Oh no, that should be the same. 91. That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah. About 91 inches. So a little taller, not quite as basement friendly, but yeah, I think we'll release variants of our regular all-in-one eventually as well. Taller one version of that. We did a taller version of the cable tower, and yeah.
Looks solid. Wondering about a lat pull-down attachment for cable towers. I guess that's a general Q&A. But.
Yeah, it's that dang Porter one. We were just talking about it yesterday. It's taken years. I don't know why, but it's done. And so we import from China, and we have several people who work for us full time who live in China, who do QC and help with product management. And then we also have our Calgary folks, so our engineer and our kind of parts and QC manager here in Calgary. They're both there right now. So they are supposed to go and sign off on the lat attachment, the fly arms, and the belt squat. The lat attachment and the belt squat were collabs with Matthew Porter. The fly arms was originally in collab with Matthew Porter, but we went a little bit of a different direction in them. But yeah, working on it for a very long time. Matthew's been patiently waiting for us to launch it. Don't have a great excuse of why we haven't. But yeah, big focus, kind of like a big refocus this year, or this coming year right now, of like our top sellers, right? So what can we do for the adjustable kettlebell? What can we do for the cable tower and all-in-one? What can we do for our racks and rack attachments? As opposed to less kind of big swings. So like less big swings like the pendulum and the legacy, which I think will do well, but they're a big swing, and the time and effort we put into them, maybe we should have done that and focusing on to developing more versatility for our just doing a live for our cable machines, and yeah.
Jared Freedom Jim asked, will the fly arms be compatible with a lat row?
With our lat row machine? That's an interesting idea. It's a very interesting idea. I don't know how we would do that. Bring it up. Bring it up.
And then, quick last one about the all-in-one. They were asking for foot plates, but we're actually coming up.
Yeah. So we'll have the foot plates that you can buy for the cable tower and the old version of the all-in-one, and yeah, they're nice too. Yeah, it'd be a separate thing.
And then, do we want to do something quick for the weight stack?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sneak peek of that.
Then I better run.
Yeah.
You watching it? You watching my live? You just going full meta? Okay. Just move these plates. Yeah, so this has almost taken 2 years. And the kind of journey of it is, I'm sure you guys seen that popular Alibaba stack-like extension. I saw that about 2 years ago and brought it in. And it was from a different supplier than we normally use. Now, I don't know if this is the same supplier that's been selling the community ones. I don't know the specifics. But I can say for Bell of Steel, we work with about 6 or 7 very specific suppliers that we've worked with for years. And I rarely onboard a new supplier, a new manufacturer. I know there's kind of this like stigma of like, it's all made in China, it's all the same stuff. It's not. It's not even close to the same stuff. The variance that you see in the quality and the care from factory to factory is like, it's big. So anyways, so I found that leg extension 2 years ago. I brought it in. Horrible to assemble. I broke it within a few weeks. Bad curve on it. It looked a good way, but I think it's not up to the standards that I want to have here at Bell of Steel. Although I've seen a lot of people saying they love it. Maybe they improved it, or maybe I'm just a snob. But I thought it was trash, so I said I got to start this project all over again from the ground up with our existing factory, rather than just trying to skip the line, find something on Alibaba, and slap a label on it. We don't really do that anymore. Maybe like little things like cable attachments. They're not designed from the ground up. Anyway, so went back to the drawing board and started building it back from the ground up. And and this is kind of the end result. A few key features on it. So you can mirror assembly, you can mirror, so you can have a stack on either side. You can go with a 200-pound stack or a 300-pound stack. It's not an official collaboration. I'm affiliated with them in no way, but I put a design element on it that you'll be able to attach a Voltra. I haven't tested it yet. I don't have a Voltra yet. I've been trying to message them about getting one. I'd have to just shell out, but that was something that Coop from Garage Gym Reviews asked me to do, and so I tried to accommodate that, but I haven't officially tested it. And the other big features on it, it's just like, it's a lot of focus on the actual strength, like the curve itself and the durability of it. Like I said earlier with that other one, I snapped that cable within a few weeks. And this one, we've done a good job of making sure the strength curve on it is good. And that was the biggest challenge, making the strength curve good, and making the durability of the cable good, because there's a lot of cable routing going on here. And then, yeah, that 200 to 300 pound stack option, like being able to buy it and upgrade from 200 to 300 pounds is like, that's going to save, hundreds of dollars. Some other small features on it that I really liked. So 60 by 60 tubing, so you can fit our attachments, our 60 by 60 attachments on there for storage, or you could throw a dip on there and do dips. We didn't go 3 by 3. I'm always like torn on stuff, like anything rack adjacent, like the Oblivion Tower or the 3 by 3 all-in-one. I'm going 3 by 3 because that's what people are going to use for their racks probably a lot of the time. Or something like this, I feel like 3 by 3, you're adding a lot of cost, but you're not adding a lot of value. So went by 60 by 60 millimeter, 2.3 by 2.3 inches. Other nice touches on there. I really like the adjustments for the legs. So you do have, it's not the self-adjusting one, it is pin. It's got this extra thick foam pad, which helps a lot with the strength curve as well. We did the hamstring holder with actual handles and pad, which is a big request we had, and super compact. The seat mechanism is kind of like self-adjusting, so you can adjust it while not getting out of your seat. The angle on the leg, on the seat itself, is at I can't remember the degrees, but it was like very intentional. This is the best degree angle to go for, and yeah, and it's going to be like a pretty solid price point too. I know that the plate loaded Legacy came in a little bit high, but I think this one's going to come out a little bit lower than people expected. But again, I do think the Legacy is a better strength curve on it. Of course, Stack has other benefits to it, being able to quickly adjust. Oh, and then there's just like small touches like this. We made sure that this could go down extra far for people with thinner legs, smaller people. But then that like cropped up other issues, like the knob started knocking into this. And anyways, lots of like little stuff like that. But the biggest thing was around getting the right resistance curve and getting the right cables, the right cable routing and whatnot.
Was there like weight ratios? What is the weight?
It's 1-to-1. Yeah.
And did we go over when this is going to come out?
No, we just signed off on it, and we've started like our process. So when we sign off on a product, there's like a large process of like pricing analysis, the packaging analysis. Like we do so much work on packaging, like custom molds, like EPE molds, and custom, like making sure the packages are a certain weight, not over a certain weight and length as much as possible, and which parts to package where, and we've really been dialing in our manuals. We hired a technical writer to help write our manuals, and yeah, we've been putting, our product launch process is a lot bigger than it used to be.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I feel like questions have
petered out?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. And Black Friday sale is coming up. We've got our build your own discount on right now. And we've got the Legacy and the Pandemonium on pre-sale. So go get it. And thanks for joining me.